Keep doing it. All right, cool. Welcome to Battle Bus Discussions by Misfit Garage and Motorsports. I'm AJ. It's Colin. Whatever the fuck that is. Nah, it's Trevor. He just kind of tagged along this time. I don't know if it's like legit he's going to be here every time, but he's here now, unfortunately.
He's physically here. Mentally,
yeah. Mentally, yeah. Fuck, he's been gone for years.
Six
Oh,
what? $6? Put it on the
I'm
table.
Tell you're gonna have to speak up if you want to be heard. We ain't got room for children out here. We gotta get manly voices.
You have to use your adult voice.
Don't sound like this dude. That's the next issue. We talk about everything from what we do at our home track to cars we build, trucks we build. In this dude's case, unfortunately. Trying to stay out of cornfields, you know, that's kind of his problem. We'll get to that later on. We're going to ride around, we're literally in a 1999 old church bus that we've converted into a more or less motorhome for drifting. Call it the Battle Bus. We're going to go around each week and sit down with different local grassroots drifters that we know in the area. It's, hell, I'll drive as far as an hour and a half to see who we can meet.
Freaking great. I was invited to do this. We did this on a whim this week. What was it? Tuesday? Monday? We came out here this week.
Tuesday.
It was Tuesday or something of this week, and we came out here. We had like 2.5 hour sit down just talking, and then AJ hit me with the idea that night or next day, and here we are. So we are making things become a reality. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me, and glad I was able to wake up and be here. Introduce yourself.
Trevor's here. He's going to be our, we'll call him the test dummy. He's new to it. You've been what, 2 events, 3 events?
2.
He's done 2 events that we host at Shenandoah Speedway in Virginia. Come check it out. It's fucking awesome.
There goes our PG rating.
I wouldn't worry about no PG rate. But starting out, what do you drive?
Drive a 2004 Mustang V6.
Anything been done to it other than going through a fence?
Other than going through a fence, it doesn't have fenders or a hood, but the only other thing is...
It doesn't have a good driver either.
Now we're here to encourage, not discourage, Colin.
At least I'm on the track.
Ooh. Now that's a jab. Is that a jab from like a previous event? Did something happen to you? Actually,
So,
hold on,
like,
hold on, one second. So, Trevor drives the 2004 Mustang V6. Colin, what do you drive? Let's get to this. Since you made a jab at you not being on the track, let's see, what is it you drive?
I drive a 1996 S10 disguised as a Sonoma with a 350 small block with a narrowed forward 9-inch rear end, and at least mine sounds like a decent, reasonable, decent sound.
Look, he was smart enough to put Ford parts in it so it would survive.
Yeah, that's why we wanted the Chevy, engines. That way it actually go onto the track without exploding.
We both have Ford engines.
So I'm gonna put this out there. At this previous event that the jab was made about, how much time did you spend on the track, sir, with this Chevy?
Hour and a half.
Okay. How much time did you spend on the track with that weak ass V6?
Most of the event.
Who?
I never saw him out there running any layout.
He did. But that's probably because you was
Twice?
But that's probably because you was in the pit broke.
So we this is a very unfortunate story. The morning started off unloading at the track, 12.2 volts, still low. 11.9, 11.7, 11.5. Every time we cut it on, it just went down by 2, and eventually it hit 10.8, and I tried to start it over, and it just went, and I was like, I just threw everything off. I threw some stuff. I threw a little. There was a threat of it going on Marketplace at the track, but no. I was super disappointed because I was just getting a feel for the day, and I've said that in my own videos. I was like out there trying to figure it out and learn, and it just lets me down. But we did throw a new alternator in already. That ended up being the actual reason, and no one could test it for some reason. But we actually did test it. We took an impact, put a socket on the actual like pulley, and we put a voltmeter to it and put it at full speed. It ran like 0.24 volts. So it's
He
either
wasn't producing shit.
well, I mean that's just off my you know.
Yeah, but you still.
Yeah,
You should have been up.
At least a volt, but you know, not even a half of a full volt. I kind of figured it was toast, but yeah, we threw it in. We started it up, and the battery, we got it back to 14. So the 30th, I will be back, and I'm gonna bring an extra belt because there is just a little bit of difference from the pulleys. It's about like an eighth, so we're gonna take an extra pulley just to be safe, so that way. Well, I might bring two, just four.
Don't be the buffalo.
I mean, he's got confidence here. He's bringing spare because it's a 12-hour event this time.
Yeah, and I plan on driving at least 12 minutes.
12, but hey, that's great. 1 minute an hour, you're solid. And I'll tell you truthfully, the grid layout takes roughly
3 years to get through it. Oh my god.
Oh shit, like a solid 20 seconds and he's out. So he can get a good 2 to possible 3 runs per minute per hour. So he's good.
This is true.
Just realize it's mostly in a straight line, not so much sideways. We're still where he's getting there.
It's all encouraging.
He does really good. I've seen. We went out and did a private session a few months
That
ago.
was November 11th.
No, not the event. The private session you did. The
Oh,
11th
the
was
weekend
the event.
before. Yeah, so that was the 4th.
No, that was the
one where
video.
we
I'm
went-
talking about when you were there and we initially started talking.
Oh yeah, so that was October 27th.
So in
and then-
October we met up, and truthfully, in between that, the video promotion day on the 4th, the 11th when you drove, and the little bit you did drive at the last event, there's a huge increase of confidence in your driving. Like you look like you're more comfortable. You're ready to like start throwing shit together a little better, and you're learning the truck. It trust me, that's like a lot of power to learn.
And I was talking to one of my friends, and I told him, I was like, dude, this thing's really, minus the engine, I was like, it's very similar to an 8.6. I was like, legitimately, because the 8.6 was not an independent rear suspension car. It was solid axle. I mean, even Chelsea Denofa's box body, it's similar to that as well, being that it's solid axle. But I mean, it's got a 3-link. The only thing, we added a sway bar in the rear. So if you watch some of the footage from our first initial day, the first ever day being out, there's a lot of body roll. But after, I think the 11th, because I think we had the sway bar on the rear for the 11th. When you watch some of that footage, there's not a lot of body roll anymore. There's still some, but you're gonna get that. But I mean, it feels like very, very solid. It's just I just want to keep hammering away at it and learning as much as I can, and I'm gonna make sure that I get a full stockpile on alternators and belts, so that way we don't run into any issues. So, but as far as everything else, I mean, nut and bolt check, we try to do one of those for every event. One thing I probably should do, and I'll do it after or at the event, is I should probably change the oil. But I've been.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've been beating the idea around with my dad, like, hey, because it was his old race motor, so you know they do 25, 35 laps, and then you know he said he gets like 3 or 4 races out of it. So I didn't run a full event, the last event, so I'm thinking I can get by with it. But after that one, it has to be changed. I think that's kind of where I've come to. Is like I'll run it and then pull it, and I've got an oil filter cutter because you know, just cut the oil filter, make sure there's nothing in it. But that's.
I'm gonna be straightforward to you. I've had my car since March, and I have ran that some bitch into the dirt and then yet to change the oil.
And he ran it into the dirt at DOD, didn't you?
DOD a lot. Dude, DOD was a fucking ball. Like that was one of the coolest things. So going last year and watching it to driving it this year was fucking. It shows that like don't want to stop.
Yeah, and that's a really good thing to have as well. I mean, that's why I was super like I'm right there because that's why I was super frustrated last event because the layout that
We're running it again.
I'm so glad because I rode with Tommy and dude, oh my god, that was a solid layout. Like I'm not gonna lie, that would be a good competition layout.
I think I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit and try to put like one more S in it.
Yeah.
Just for the people who were complaining, nobody really complained. Like, everybody liked it. A lot of people wanted more technical.
What if
So the lower horsepower cars, it was hard for them to drag that long distance, you know. So if we take and back it up and add an extra S in it, then that brings it down and makes it more technical. That's the kind of stuff we see, or I've ran at Richmond and BMP runs. It's more or less just some back-to-back S's, which is nothing wrong with it. It's good. It keeps you on your toes, and then because by the time you like max out here, it's time to switch it and do it again.
Yeah, which that would also help in the long run. I think for especially me and him is being able to figure out how to make those transitions and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to running this layout. I was so disappointed because that would have been a good layout to start, you know, working my way into third gear, which I've been messing with second. Actually, the one private day that we did for the video shoot, that's the first time I started messing with second.
Yeah.
And I was, you know, I'm starting to get. I wouldn't say I'm ready to leave second, but if the opportunity provided itself, I'd take the step because, you know, it's like if you sit in one spot, like, oh, I'm not ready, then you're just never gonna move forward. Because when you start going, you know, I still have to figure out how to, like, when I need to, you know, clutch in a shift real quick at the third and then, you know, be able to carry it. But it's gonna be messing with third a little bit and seeing just how much more different that is than messing with the lower gears.
Quicker. It's a whole lot quicker. But see, I don't know if it's because of the gearing in my car, but like third gear, like when we went to DOD, third gear was like I had to have it.
Yeah.
There wasn't. Second gear was like to lead you up and get you going, but third gear is what you had to do to keep carrying. Because I mean, DOD road courses, some of them's got tight turns, and then some of them are like
really
it's a long stretch you got to try to carry out through.
Yeah.
You need that high gear. Because I was running third gear on the Jefferson course at DOD. Dude, I was third gear at the top of it.
Good gosh.
And then I'd get ready to go into, like, it would be a nice, really nice, like, left curve and uphill. So I'd grab second and just send it all the way up and around and down. Stayed in second. It was awesome. I'll show you. I got camera footage.
This is all stuff that I'm just now hearing about. But
yeah, we got some stuff on here. Well, it's on that card.
Yeah, you gotta show me that. That sounds really cool. I mean, as far as like being at like, so I mean, we've obviously all drifted here, but like, do you prefer like the road course style versus the enclosed style, or do they both have their advantages and disadvantages? Since you're obviously
it's advantage to disadvantage. You're gonna learn a lot more. I feel like I learned a lot more car control being on a road course because the asphalt ends. Shenandoah, the asphalt doesn't end. It's either asphalt or wall. You have no. I mean, but really, you're going to do everything you can to get as close to the wall because you're not going off of it.
Yeah.
Okay, when you go to a road course, and like I said, we drove DOD at Summit Point. I also drove Dominion Raceway. Now that one's got like it's some sketchier parts to it. DOD or Summit Point, most of their stuff, it's asphalt, grass, it stays like this. At Dominion, it's asphalt, grass. Like, and it goes down. and there's some places, like, they've got Jersey walls up because it goes down fast.
Good gosh.
So, but you learn your throttle control, where your angle needs to be, because you're going to come in going great, and then you might have to flick it, and you're trying to ride that pretty little grass line, be right on the edge of it. But you also got to realize that when you go off, it's like being on ice. I don't give a shit how dry it is like being on ice, and you just slide.
Especially on like a early morning thing like that. I mean, apparently, I saw something from Summit Point or something. It's like next year let's try to keep it on the grass or something like that. But
Okay,
a lot of people.
so let me put this out there for this year's DOD. Okay, it rained Friday night before DOD started on Saturday.
Oh man.
Then it rained Saturday night all the way up to about 2 hours before we started on Sunday. So the track was wet
And
when
cold.
we started. Yeah, it's very cold. It's December. You're not gonna
And-
just go out and have dry asphalt next morning.
Yeah, and that was something I noticed with at the last event, because when I first started the mini layout, dude, it was slick.
There's
And
a huge difference.
I went back and actually checked my tire pressure, dude. I had like 40 pounds in the rear. I dropped it to like 32, and that seemed to make up the difference. It felt a lot better because like I went out for the first run and it's just like it just wanted to keep carrying and all that, and I'm like. Started thinking in my mind, I was like, well, the track's cold, it's a little bit slick. I was like, I wonder how much tire pressure I have in the rear. And I went and checked, and it was like 40 pounds. I was like, oh, let's bring that down. I think I would put it at like 32. I might put it at 30. I feel like 30 might be a little bit better as far as like being able to keep a little bit more grip. But dude, I'm so freaking excited for the 30th.
The one event he held when it rained all day, you could feel how much more grip you can get on the banks and the sides compared to down low. Down low, it was slick, and like you wouldn't be on the gas, and you just carry.
Dude, when it rains, Chandler Speedway, that whole dynamic changes.
Dude, I've been to an event where it rained, and I rode with this. Gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but I rode with this dude, and compared to when it was dry, it was just light on it, and he said, he even told me, he's like, dude, this is like a dance. He's like, it's all
It's all
control
throttle
at that
control,
point. Yeah,
man.
and I'd be down to try a rain event.
Rain events
I
are
think it'd
fun.
be super freaking like. I think you could actually learn a good bit doing that to an extent. To an extent.
Now, every time we do the events over here, all these low horsepower guys, they want it to rain. Because
Yeah.
then they can do what we do. And I don't have, I got 300 and I think 30, 40 horsepower.
Yeah.
So, that car is fucking awesome. To be a Mustang, this V6, and it is just, it's nasty.
I said that your car is like
But,
you got the thing dialed.
When you do rain events on low horsepower, it is awesome. Except for when you first learn how to drive, you go through cornfields. That's what happened. So I'm gonna give a little backstory on Trevor. Just moved back, wants to learn how to drift. Also trying to learn how to drive 5-speed at the same time. So he's really pushing himself, and hey, it's good. We got his diff welded. So we was teaching him how to drive, and he done good. When we went and welded the diff in his car. And when I go to the event, and he's like, what do you want me to do? I said, I want you to go up and down the road, get used to changing gears, teach yourself the 5-speed a little bit. Okay. Dude, he's gone for
10 minutes.
yeah, 10
10,
at least
15
10
minutes.
minutes. And then I go back, my phone's been in my car this whole time. I get down there and I grab my phone up and I was like, it's a message, phone call, message, help, I'm stuck. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Jesus Christ, what happened? So I get in my truck and I start cruising up to him, and he's, lollygagging, walking down to me. And sure enough, his fucking car is sitting in the fence. So we had to whip around, hook chain to it, pull him out. And that pretty much kind of set his faith for today. That was
was like,
enough.
no.
He didn't even drive. He didn't go on the
I
track.
wasn't messing my car up
Now
anymore.
we drove his car. Brandon and I took his car out. We fucking thrashed in it all day.
Do we
I
know
wonder if I catch
like
the clutch.
like I've heard the story a couple times, but there's something missing. What did you do?
So I went to turn around and I downshifted, and then I got almost fully turned around and I shifted in a second and let out the clutch in the car.
Like in a narrow roadway. He was halfway through a U-turn and changes gears. Goes up shifts. That is not what you do on a wet road with a welded diff. Let this be a lesson.
Don't fuck up like I did.
But keep in mind, so he didn't destroy the front end of the car, if that's what you're asking.
No, well
He scraped the whole.
Side.
Look at the passenger side. That car was very symmetrical. Like it was pretty.
It was
There was no scratches other than the person he bought it off of rear-ended somebody. So it needed a bumper, hood, and fenders. That's all it needed.
He just finished the rest of it all.
And he literally, like, it was, dude, I was pissed. It was like there was no scratches. Like the whole car was pretty, and now it's like two-faced.
Oh my! It is one devious little looking car.
Yeah.
It looks very scary.
Hey, he's got two 3-inch or 4-inch
Yeah.
LED lights that he's putting on for headlights. And the way we talked about mounting them, they're going to sit exactly where the actual headlights should go. But he's going to just put the hood back on and leave everything else off.
So kind of like the 240 guys when they take out the actual headlight fixture off the
No,
pop-up.
so you know, the normal cars, not pop-up
Yeah.
shit. There's a hole where you reach through the back to plug everything in and stuff like that. They're going to sit in front of that hole.
Oh.
The wires will come out the hole and go to those lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna get the hood and get hood pins so the hood stays down. And then,
Are you gonna put fenders back on it?
but I am gonna build a bash bar.
We're going to build him a new bash bar.
You
And
build them a roll cage around the car.
that's probably not a bad idea, truthfully.
I'm doing terrible for my second
No,
event.
so yeah, for his second event, for you to have been broken, not see this because you left. This man started out doing donuts in a donut box, did a couple mini layouts.
I carried the big bank out of the mini layout.
Yeah, he was doing big bank. Then he went to running the layout with us. He drove it, twice?
Yeah, once or twice.
And then he started trying to drift it. Well, to be in like number 6 in a 10-car fucking drift train.
Yeah, he was telling me about this.
And he wasn't the one spinning out. He was going around people spinning out. So
But did you drift around
Yes.
or did you just drive?
Yeah.
no, he was
I
he was
drifted
on
around
it.
them.
Like he
I
was
door
doing
to door
good.
to people.
Nice.
What's his name in the blue BMW?
Jason.
Jason. Yeah, I was door to door with Jason. He didn't know I was there because I didn't have headlights.
Yeah, so that's
But
that.
he couldn't hear you?
I wasn't on rev limiter though. In second year. I
So
wasn't on rev
technically, that's my fault. Just saying, his converters were clogged,
very
and
close.
I was trying to find a peaceful solution.
Vacuum cleaner?
No,
No, we had to clean them out. So you know
look,
the
I
tires-
threw the impact gun on the bolts right from the header bolts, and them motherfuckers just like brrrr, not doing shit. It would not come loose. So Sawzall went, "Zing," took them out.
then-
Look,
And then we had to get into the catch. You know the old tire changer, like the
the
handle?
Harbor Freight style, the fucking long red bar you get with a Harbor Freight tire
Yeah.
changer.
We had to take that and beat it into my.
Yeah, I was
catch
beating
just
the
to
fucking. They were bad.
Good gosh.
Actually, the resin and shit out of his converter still laying on the shop floor at the shop. We did it, left, and I still never ready to clean the mess up.
Then the back two are just as bad.
Yeah, they're leaning against the wall in the shop. Like, no, they're shit. I stood them up and took a fucking 24-inch pry bar and hit down, and it just stopped. Like, it would not break through it. It just, like, come to a complete stop. I was like, yep. I'm not even going to put them back on. I'm just lay them over
So,
there.
When we first got the car up on the lift, you could grab the driver's side catch and it not bother you, but the minute you touch the passenger side, your hand would fucking
And it ran for
10 minutes.
not even. Maybe 5. Started it, pulled one car out, pulled his car in, cut it off.
Instantly on the lift, and then I could not touch it.
So,
The heat was not getting out of the car.
Dangerous.
Does now.
good gosh.
No, what's
Yeah.
funny is the other day, his car's in the backyard.
Yeah.
So the other day he comes in, he goes down there, he starts it. And I was in the house, I hear it, dude. It's loud as fuck. Then yesterday, or this morning,
Yeah.
he's like, I think my car's gotten quieter.
No, it was like, it wasn't as loud when I first
Well, it
started.
wasn't as loud. Yeah, okay.
Because I could, like, talk to someone when I first started, and then I started again early, like, later that day, and it was twice as loud.
I think it was just the way you felt at that moment. Like, you was just happy you was in it running, and he's like, yeah, it ain't loud. They come next weekend, we gonna be at the track. This motherfucker's annoying.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Huh? What? Text
Oh,
me. I can't
so,
hear.
So here, let's change speed a little bit. So I host drift events for now at Chandler Speedway. Go, well, I know you got something smart to say. I mean, it's in your mind. I know you do. But I mean, that's.
I was gonna say something nice, but I'm gonna put it back.
Well, go ahead. Let's hear it.
I say I think I think that from everything I hear, I think people really like the events that you host, and I think you bring a different take to them, and I mean, like I said before, I'm behind you, so you got my support. So
no, I appreciate it, but we're looking to try to bring different aspects, different types of racing back to the track. There's not going to be round track racing anymore this year, according to what I was told by the owner. You got this crappy sign on it sitting right here somewhere. That I think, you know, being told about these spectator drags, I think this is going to be an opportunity to have a good time for a lot of people. And I think it's really going to bring back huge potential of business, and it's going to help grow a lot more.
oh yeah.
It definitely gives the people around here something to go watch other than the same thing.
And I was really about to go off of what he's saying. It's like, I mean, dude, you know, people around here want to race. And
Giving them somewhere to do it that's safe and out of trouble is what. What's up? We're back. Thanks for joining us. I don't know what we did.
I can tell you what
Dipshit went
happened.
to 7-Eleven. We went and ate food.
The only
The
reason all that
GoPro
was-
said, "Fuck you, I'm hot," and cut off on us.
I was getting there. These older folks, they just don't understand technology. Running a video in 4K for more than 20 minutes apparently overheats the camera a little bit.
I mean, then why didn't you educate me before we started this whole
I
process?
figured you had some common sense.
Mister, I'm college educated in this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've shot on a camera setup probably worth $50,000. The lens alone was worth like $20,000.
Fancy.
And then now they have, you know, $500 you can shoot in 4K just if you shoot for over 20 minutes. But
Hey, look, you know,
but we're
beggars
doing
can't
that.
be choosers, okay?
We're doing the best we can.
Yes, this is.
This was a, like you said earlier, kind of a on a whim, last minute decision.
let's do this
and
Friday.
we're doing fucking golden right here, okay?
But yes, I don't even know what the last thing we were talking about. The spectator drags.
Spectator drags.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we were at. I'm thinking if we can make it happen, we're gonna see you break a car because that's how your track record works.
I got the
No, it's
wall.
not. I put nearly 100,000 miles on my car, and the only thing I've replaced because it went bad was coil packs.
See, he didn't replace the oil ever.
No, because it doesn't need it, because it doesn't have it. It just comes out the exhaust.
Just keep adding it. You're good. Maybe a filter change every 25 or 30,000.
That's about where I'm at. I need to pop the filter off and put one on.
See, there you go.
That's pretty much an oil change on this thing now.
This is, we drift cars, we don't fix them.
Unless you did put an alternator on, and then, you know.
Then you get mad and threaten to sell your truck, but that's neither here nor there. It's just-
Who doesn't? Who doesn't just have that minor engine?
Dude, I have sold my car about 20 fucking times in the last 2 months, and I've had it for almost a year.
You know what's funny? But so it wasn't until like Wednesday or Thursday when we got the alternator. We were out there tinkering, getting it on there and all that. We got it all done. I took a picture. I was like, man, I love this fucking thing so much. I took a picture. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to drive again. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I threatened to sell you.
But I can almost guarantee there is no footage of you threatening to sell this truck because you were so mad cameras went down.
The cameras were thrown. The cameras.
So that's what I'm gonna get at. So the next event, when I see you're having difficulties, I'm gonna send Trevor with my camera. We're gonna catch you. You're gonna be the highlight reel of the credits of the next episode.
So
Remember, everyone, in episode 2, actually it'll be episode 3, because episode 2 is gonna come out before the next drift event. So in episode 3, look out for what Colin's disasters may or may have not have been.
He may think that, but I had a huge self-reflection at 1 a.m. on the way to work, and I was like, wow. But I had like no content. And I was like, instead of acting, frustrated and mad, I was like, I could have just been like, wow, this sucks. This is really stupid. Went, took a drink, ate some animal crackers, and been like, all right, let's turn this into some content, dude. It's little reflections like that, man.
Little reflections like that, absolutely. But look at all these drivers you could have rode with. Just saying.
Look, hey.
Just saying.
I went and ate Chinese food to feel better, so I will admit.
So he went and look, we're gonna get X-rated right here eventually. It's not gonna be right now. That'll be an after off the camera remark. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows where I'm going with this. Just, for your reference.
I just went.
Look, I'm trying to figure out which one of you jackasses came in here and left the fucking door open. Like,
When, like 20 minutes ago?
Yeah, when you came in here, I gotta pick a point to be, a funny asshole, but an asshole all in one.
Look, I tried to close the door, it wouldn't close. I was like, what the fuck?
You can't pull it, it's a fucking switch.
No one bothered to be like, hey, when you get out, flip this switch right here.
It's when you come in, you can't do it when you're going out.
So
It's beside, look, we're done. Look. It's like, you didn't cause man to leave camera, it's all fucked up. Look, boom, magic.
How am I supposed to do that if I'm going out?
When you came in, you were the last one back in the bus.
And the funny thing about that is, hey, would you mind to close the door, please?
It's winter time. I thought it was common courtesy to just.
Where am I from? Where am I from? I am from Russia.
Well, you apparently sucked at being a Russian because you're here.
At least I'm not afraid of the cold. Ooh, cold. Ooh.
I'm not afraid of the cold.
Ooh, cold. Ooh.
He's afraid of the cold. Look, you want me to throw him under the bus this mug the other day?
Well, here's a bus. Do it.
Absolutely. That'll be the next part of the series. Who are we throwing under the bus? Literally.
It was so cold. I gave the guy driving the skid loader my gloves to heat him up because fucking hands were numb.
Every time I turn
What do you
around,
do? Go sit in the truck and be like,
no, he would wear his gloves when his hands got cold and his gloves got cold. He would take them off, give them to the skid loader operator to put them in front of the heat, and then come back and give him heated gloves. Like 5 or 6 times.
It was twice.
Bullshit.
I swear to God, it was twice.
Now this is funny because you wouldn't have to worry about that if you did something.
That is an exact fact. Because I got out of the machine and did his job and was sweating. So, point proven. In the wintertime, you work harder to stay warm. In the summertime, you work harder to stay cool.
You know what
does
else?
work. You ever seen all these Spanish dudes out there wearing long sleeves like 95, 98 degrees out in the summertime? For some reason they say it keeps them cool. I would die. I'm fat. There's a difference.
Well,
we got way off topic.
You know what would be cool? Get back on topic.
Good, we'll get on topic.
We're gonna get back on the track of spectator drags. Yeah, AJ just threw this idea to me. Actually, I saw something on Facebook about it. I think I liked it. I don't remember. It was super late. I was probably in like a sleepy daze where I had no idea what was going on. But
every day, all day.
That's a fair point.
Alright, question. If you could call out anybody for the track, or what is it called?
Spectator drags.
Spectator drags, who would it be?
The homeless guy that stole my bicycle.
No.
We're gonna race for
No,
slips. No one, dude.
Most car people are rather humble.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Well, drifters are. Let's put it that. Drifters are because we all need to work. We all work together.
There is no one worthy of racing that pile of shit because we're gonna make 50 feet. I'm gonna give it all the beans, and then we're gonna have to pick up parts of a motor.
Those two pieces of shit sitting side by side.
There you go. That is an ideal matchup. I want to see it happen.
I got it all day.
I want to see.
I have a real cold air intake on top of that.
I don't need a cold air intake. I just blow the head.
I am confident. $100 on Colin. Confident.
Oh!
His 4-banger is gonna rip your little V6 to shit.
Probably.
We on?
Confident.
We are on.
Oh,
yes.
Hey, when are we gonna roll down the street in the tires?
That's a different content for different times.
That just came across my mind.
Dude, that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna haul them to the track, and that's gonna be like some layout
Oh
change
my God.
entertainment.
Can you like put it in the road and have someone hit it at full speed and see if we fly away?
No.
Boing, boing,
Do you
boing.
realize they're like fucking 400-pound tires? Just gonna fuck some shit up.
Just get
Give
someone
us a
to
slight
be
nudge.
Yeah, like somebody's not gonna care to destroy their car or truck to see if you can fly. Look, I'm not being responsible.
Just jump off the bus.
I hold no liability in any of this.
Let's put them on top of the bus. You floor the bus and we just roll off the back of it.
What? I got one for you.
Let's go to the top of the mountain.
No,
and
I got one for you. We'll put them wherever you want to put them. I'll use the skid loader, full speed, and when I get to the bottom, I'll give like an upward thrust. Like I'll leave the bucket kind of like a downward motion and just give like this upward shove.
That'd be hilarious.
But they're gonna fly. The problem is
Stop.
if we look, if we plan this out precisely, they hold a fairly straight line. We can start at the gate, okay,
Go all the way down the road.
and you're gonna end up the waters where you're gonna stop. That is.
So
So you're gonna go from rolling to tubing.
yeah, we're gonna do that. Let's say mid-July.
No, hell no. We're doing this. We're gonna call this the tractor tire polar plunge. I like it. I like it a lot. These little skinny bastards volunteered the other day. Volunteered.
do it.
I thought we
We
were
didn't
on that road,
discuss-
not going into the
We
river.
never discussed when.
Hey,
And I
look,
think the next
to
event
me-
is a horrible option because I want to drive, not be fucking frozen in a tire.
Well, you know what sounds like you need a better thing? Let it be like that 5 o'clock thing. That way it was nice and cold and chilly. Going into the... way off
That's the
topic
way to
again.
do it,
Way
man.
off topic again. We're horrible at this shit.
So instead of
But it is fucking comical.
spectator drags, we're just gonna put everyone in some tires and just push them and see who wins. That's fair game. You don't have to worry about whose car is faster, whose car is built different. You have the same exact tire.
So, we're... Same topic. What got you into drifting, and what's the hold that makes Shinner Speedway home?
So, I guess we gotta go way back. So my dad used to circle track race
Mhm.
at Shenandoah. So I used to, when I was like 9 and 10, I had to sit up in the stands and all that, but I always wanted to go in the pits. So when I turned like 12, 13, I finally started to go in the pits and help out and stuff like that. And then I enjoyed it, but looking back on it, it's like I subconsciously always knew circle track racing wasn't for me.
Mhm.
I enjoyed being around it and whatnot, but it's not something I wanted to do. And then when he started his new job and stuff, and we just never really went back. And then I caught wind of a drift event, July 26th, 27th of 2019, Team Bob's only, and I went. And dude, it was basically game over after that point. And I think the only event I caught the year after that was it was like the night before Halloween or something like that. And I called that event, and then I was in school at that time, so I actually did a project for that group as an intern project, and I put together a little short film, and being able to like video cars and ride with people, learn things, talk to people and all that, it just kind of, you just realize how tight-knit the drifting community is, especially when it comes from grassroots. Everyone, you watch people like, unfortunately hit a wall, dude, there's like 7 people there, like, dude, you good, everyone's ready to go, and it's like, I mean, it just became, it just grabbed a hold of me, and I never let go, and now I'm driving. I mean, I was doing media, I can't say I still am, I've been trying to drive a little bit more than doing media stuff, but I'm trying to working on both. But dude, it between media, driving, riding, talking, seeing, and then I think this coming year, I did a little bit this year. I went to Hyperfest. I got to, I got to see things I've never seen before, and I got this year was a really good year, and it just more and more. This is what I enjoy, and this is something I'd like to keep on doing. It grabbed a hold of me and became a dream, and I created a reality out of it. So I just want to keep it going.
Why the truck?
Dude,
I mean, you could have put the motor in anything. Why the truck?
So at the time, I was a Walmart employee. I wasn't making a whole lot of money. I kept looking at the BMWs. I looked at the Mustangs. I wanted, and there's partial regret, only on the fact of time, because there were some things that happened between the middle of building the truck where there was a huge amount of off time, and last November, because the truck went with my dad down south, so whenever he got some time, he went out there and he started to get some stuff done. And then we made a plan nearly every other weekend or so that I could go down there. We'd go, and we went down there. We worked, and we worked. And he did stuff when we weren't there, and when we all got there, we got a lot done, and we knocked it out in 6-7 months. And I bought the truck for $700.
Fair enough.
At the time, I was like, and I had the idea to do a truck. I don't know where it came from. I wanted to do something different.
That's everybody.
And the thing that I learned out of this is patience. I really did, because there was probably 500 different cars I could have went out and bought because I wanted seat time. Because I was like, wow, well, I'm gonna get the truck and I'm gonna go out here and I'm just gonna destroy it. And that's not at all what happened. So in the process of learning patience, I got to actually enjoy the process, turn the process into content. Start creating. And I had said back in January of this year, the beginning of this year, I was like, I'm gonna make more videos, and like I'm gonna get to 100 subscribers, and we just hit 100 subscribers, which some people that's like, wow, that's not a lot, but to me that's like, these are 100 people that enjoy my content, that that want to see what happens next. And I respect the hell out of that, because this whole year's been nothing but a build series, 2 Hyperfest videos, more build series, and then actual seeing it on the track. So being that it was between my dad, my uncle, my other uncle, and one of my friends, man, there's actually a lot behind the truck that it's become something more than just a project. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and hard work in that thing, and I wouldn't be here without the people I put behind me. So why the truck? Long term, short, I wanted to do something different, and I've got a connection with it now. It means a lot to me. So
now, what are your plans this season and moving forward? Like, what are you looking to see? What are you looking to get out of the event next weekend on the 30th? And then what are you looking to get at, going into next year?
And in off season.
Like, honest to God, with the way shit's scheduling out, there's probably not going to be an off season. I mean, literally, we're going to run the 30th.
Yeah.
US Drift is running on the 6th. Capital Raceway is running on the 1st. Southampton Motor Speedway is running on the 13th. And I'm almost positive that Piedmont, North Carolina, is running their first event the last week of January, 1st of February. I have to look, I'm not 100% sure. But Swing Set is supposed to come back in February at full swing at 14 events for the season, as long as it still holds to true.
yeah.
So there is
Yeah,
like no off season. Is you just have to say, okay, I'm done for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go recoup. That's kind of like, so when I picked up the G, I was the intent behind my Mustang was to fully take it off the track, pull the motor out, and freshen everything up and do some paint, fix the body, make it look presentable. But now, because that car is so reliable as it is, and it is, dude, I have thrashed that car beyond belief. It has been through hell. It
Melted.
never gets a chance that it's not off the rev limiter. Like when I'm in it, I have my rev limiter set at 6,800 RPMs. Like I'm right at red line and I stay on it all the time. Like he was about to say, I have melted the little clutches in the limited slip. Now my rear is welded because of that. Like, dude, we cracked the cover off the diff and it was gray, like
shiny.
this, but really shiny.
Good.
It was horrible. Yeah, it blew my mind. Like, I didn't think that was possible. But now it's got some, like, 140, 95 weight shit in there. It should hold very well. But it's also welded. Which actually brings me to another point. When me and Brandon did our little play around the other week, we're airman always. So, I think I need to go take it to the shop before the week's up, but I'm probably just going to send it and let it fly to pieces and go buy another one.
Yeah, so then.
Because it's
you
an
know,
8.8, I just go get another
and,
one.
you know, he's going to do that, and he's not going to drop it. And I can give him a hard time because he didn't take the responsibility to check his stuff before he went to the event.
I don't drive as much as you could anyway because I have to be the responsible one to keep y'all from killing each other on the track.
Don't have to worry about me. I'm never on there.
I mean, you said it, not me. So we're there. You brought it up. But the G brought a whole different aspect to what I could do. So, the G brought the aspect that I got a clean title. It was already an LS swap car. I bought it very cheap. And the dude that sold it to me is awesome. Like it's Philip. It's their hype.
Yeah.
He's our hype man, dude. He tire change guy. This motherfucker, he is there. He does it all.
Burnouts in his truck.
He's. I don't know if you've looked at the post, but he is LS swapping his E36 now. So our second event, or first event.
Is he gonna be driving?
Our first event, he brought his E36 out. Was turboed. He lifted the head. Like, wife's got a video. You can hear the sound change in the motor when it happened.
Part.
Yeah, he went from this nice, pretty whistle to this weird, just like boom.
It
Lifted the head. It just changed the whole sound of the car. But anyway, so I got the G. G comes with clean title. So now here we're gonna have a supercharged LS, street legal, roll caged G37 straight up. Superchargers at the shop. Already got it. Already picked up the LS. Looking for a T56. Anybody want to help me out? They're expensive.
I know where one is.
Is it cheap? So I'm on Facebook for $2,000. I'm trying to like avoid paying $2,000 because I'm less than I'm $500 in the no. I'm $800 in the car, the motor, and the fucking supercharger right now. So I'm trying to avoid this $2,000 transmission as much as possible.
Anyone hearing anything about like LS supercharger, the car itself, $800? They're probably like, man, you got junk. But there's between junk and wheeling and dealing.
Yeah, I got a deal. Trust me. And this car is clean. Like there's no rust anywhere in it.
It's just
And they've already
gutted half of it.
changed the transmission tunnel to fit the T56 because of what was originally in it.
Someone get this man a T56 immediately.
And you got to be like I'll buy it. Just don't want to spend a lot of money. Trying to be a cheap ass.
Hurry.
Hurry.
Because if
Why?
he gets it, then he's motivated, and then
I'm motivated now. It's cold.
You will see him
It's cold.
on Elkton Mountain. If you
You need to shut up, okay?
What's
nothing.
So I'll put it out there. I don't give a shit. Look, if I have a goal to street drift that mountain. like a mother. Dude, and I'll tell you some things later that ain't gonna be like, just nobody can look back and say there's proof of what's going on.
all right.
That's
Anyway,
behind the scenes
so,
conversation.
I mean, yeah. So 2024, yeah,
dude, some shit's gonna happen. It's going down.
I think 2024 is like, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say 2024 is gonna be freaking awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a year, man. It's gonna be a lot of hard work. But
so the goal, my goal, other than driving all these different tracks, dude, I put a list together. I'm gonna go as far as, I don't know about going north. I may go. Actually, I'm gonna go as far as upstate New York. There's a place up there called Big Indian Drift Pit, and it looks cool as shit. So I'll make that 9-hour trip to go check that out. But I am gonna go to Orlando, and I'm gonna go to Clearwater. I'm gonna go drift down south. I'm definitely going to Linear. I want to go to Atlanta. Check that place. Looks wicked. We were gonna go for the New Year's thing, spend 3 days down there, but no, everybody's like, we want to drift here. Help us out. So here we are. I'm helping you motherfuckers out again. I cuss a lot. I'm gonna put that out there. I do cuss a lot.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
It is, but you'll get over it.
But no, dude, I think 2024 is shaping up to be like one heck of a year. I think my end goal is like, because we've kind of already, this is in that conversation we had Tuesday, you know, long term for the truck, you know, it'd be cool to do some competition stuff, but we had a huge discussion about, you know, like roll cage and stuff like that. Unless someone was willing to, you know, provide me the facilities and, you know, help me out with being able to, you know, get the cage to the frame, I think by the end of next year, which I've got a completely different goal for the end of next year, but one or the other is going to happen, is I want to eventually get my hands on something I can make competition spec ready.
I'll sell you a G37 right now.
No.
$1,500.
No.
Motor, everything but the trains. 'Cause I ain't got
No.
myself.
I appreciate it, but no.
I mean, you want a damn, you know, competition worthy car? Right there it is.
I want something that I can build.
I mean, there it is.
I want something I can build like with my dad.
There it is. It's in pieces. I mean, you can't ask for nothing else.
I'm asking for something that, you know, runs and drives right now, so I can make it not run and drive.
Get this man a fucking Miata.
No, please don't.
Look, hey, I'm
wanna-
gonna tell you this. Look, I seen on Marketplace a blue Miata that is 302 SWAT. It is nasty looking, dude.
Is that legal?
I don't know, but
That's a lot of power in that little car.
Good
But
gosh.
it is wicked. Like, he'll find it. He'll show it to you. It's cool as fuck.
But I don't know what the platform is gonna be, but you know, at least until middle of next year, I want to be able to make the truck. I want the truck to have its own impression on things. I want people to be able to.
You want to be like Jenny. You want to have.
I want to be able to people to look at it. Like the first Defender was that, dude. People looked at it and they're like, you know, when they saw the suspension setup, they're like, wow, this is no joke. You know, this is some serious stuff. You know, I want it to be a testament of, you know, hard work, patience, and, you know, turning an idea into an actual reality. You know,
You've done that. That's for sure.
I want that to be a testimony. I want people to see it and be like, wow, you know, this thing's super cool. I see it on YouTube. You know, this thing's freaking awesome. It's so great to see it in person. You know, I've seen like $15,000 suspension setups and all that. Oh my gosh.
And I honestly, it's pricey, but I think it's worth every penny.
Wow.
Yeah,
You don't need that. You
I'm
don't
telling
need
you.
that. Put wings on the side of it. Angle them just right.
I
The exhaust dumped out of the side.
mean, you're. It's
Hold
just.
on, I
It's
think
there.
it tells you how much it makes, horsepower wise. It's 100% built Gen 2
100
Coyote.
horsepower.
100% built Gen 2 Coyote motor.
It makes 440 wheel and 670 on spray and 580 to the wheel on the spray.
580 horsepower to the rear wheels of a like 2,500 pound Miata.
Well, what do they have initially? Like 58? So you just
Like
add-
96 if you're lucky.
Put a cold air
Should we
intake
call
on it,
Adam
you
and
might get
ask? Dude, speaking of Adam, did you see the fucking wrap he did, man?
it's not done. That you just
It doesn't. I don't like that color blue.
you don't like the teal.
It's matte blue. It's dull. You can't go from this nice.
We're
like,
all dull.
That's speak for yourself. I'm a very bubbly personality. That's my word, okay? I'm sticking to it. I spit your water everywhere. Motherfucker. Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly.
Well, that's the.
He's done.
I mean, all right. So this is way
Way
off
Of
topic.
course
Way
it
off
is.
topic.
It's
But
totally-
dude,
what's up?
it's just the word like bubbly, right? Try to think of something that just makes you so mad. Just say bubbles as angry as you can.
Why?
You can't do it.
You do it.
Bubbles. It's not. You can't. Like you can't say it angrily. Like you can't look at a little kid blowing bubbles and be like, "Stop blowing bubbles." Well, I guess you could in there.
I
Right? But
mean-
like, I mean, if I'm gonna see someone yelling at their kids stop blowing, when I hear bubbles come out like that, I'm gonna be like. I mean,
I don't think you've got the right
amount of
You
sleep.
got
I haven't
no,
got the
no.
right amount
You
of
don't have the
sleep.
right tone of voice. They hit it with that. Stop with the bubbles. See, it works.
Okay, Dad.
Dude, motherfuckers gonna watch this shit and think we ain't right. Like, we need
I mean,
to be.
are we though?
They're gonna put us on the 5th
We're
floor.
from fucking Virginia. Ain't nothing right about this place, dude. The weather doesn't even follow weather.
Yeah. That's a 100% proven fact. But here, I want to fuck with your childhood, okay?
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna fuck
Oh,
with,
shit.
and this is like it's a joke, but at the same time it hurts a little bit. So you remember,
I'm
look,
probably
that-
not even gonna be able to relate to
look,
this.
you know, I promise you can relate to it, okay? Because it goes back to the discussion we had. I don't know if we was on camera or not about you wanting to get a bike.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think we're okay.
I can't remember, but you was talking about wanting to get a bike, go to the Greenway, do your thing, you know, whatever. Well, when you think about it, you used to ride a bike a lot when you was a kid.
Then one day it just stops.
No, just hear me out. You used to ride a bike a lot when you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
So did I, so did he. Now, when you drive down the road, living where we live, who rides the bikes? The kids or the crackheads?
It's
You see more crackheads riding bicycles than you do see
Yeah, because they
kids.
steal them from the fucking kids.
I don't care where they come from. I'm just telling you that's what they're doing.
Or you got them like people that ride, like them old people with their like lightweight carbon fiber bikes that ride on the road and hold up miles upon miles of traffic. I think it's illegal to fucking run.
Now I'm gonna ride down the road. Trevor, get the door. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding.
Well, dude, it's like the other day.
the bike racing.
I was on a mountain and I'm coming around this right-hand corner, and there's two old people on bikes going 1 mile per hour.
That's
And
a
I'm-
lie. They're going
Half a mile per hour. You're right.
60 pedals a foot. They probably hit that shit in first, so they like pedaling their ass off and barely moving.
Dude, I mean, yeah, they're just like this, and I've turned the corner. I see one. I'm like making sure there's no cars coming down the other lane because I'm like over here because it's a mountain road. Look, I've got a pet peeve, man. I really do. Let's go and throw this out here. I admit, I drive a little recklessly on the mountain,
He has violent tendencies.
but when I get off the mountain, I'm cruise control. It's a 55. I'll do 60, 61. That's fine. When I get passed by someone doing 65, 70 miles an hour, now let's say that was me. I'd get pulled over. 100%. I would. It'd just be my luck. But everyone, tractor trailers, for example, dude, they're going 75 and 55s. That's not fair. I should be able to go 100.
Then speed up.
No, I don't want to go to
I'm
jail.
gonna throw my own self out there. I usually don't go anywhere under 65 miles an hour. Anywhere.
That's
David followed me home the other night to come hang out, and it was raining. And he got here. He said, "Dude, I was a little scared trying to keep up with you." Like straight up. Then don't.
I don't know. It's
But
just,
all right, go back to the talking, driving, and the drifting. Now that you've drifted and you're getting the feel for it, how many roads do you go down and you see a curve and you're like, man, this motherfucker would be just, I could really take this one, it'd be
well,
wicked.
and so like,
This is back to the wanting to street drift certain roads, because I drive that road so much. I've driven it,
Yeah.
dude, 10,000 times in the last 3 years. So when I started drifting and then I really got better at it, and to the point I am now, every time I drive it, I almost map my line out.
so before when I still had the truck and we were building it and all that, I started with a phone game, and I kept playing that. Right, I was like, this isn't enough. I then invested over $400 in the Forza Horizon 5. I pre-ordered it. I had the full sim set up. I had a handbrake, all of that. And I did the sim drifting on Forza Horizon 5 and Forza Horizon 4. I started out with the Xbox wheel. I destroyed it. And I was just so freaking good at it. Well, yeah, it had the little rubber band cables as your return thing.
Yeah.
It only went, this much. But with this, the G920 I have, with the shifter and the handbrake, I started to learn a lot more. And I was like, wow, this still isn't enough. Then me and my friends, we invested probably, in total, we were pushing $1,000 worth of crazy carts. And I eventually sold all mine, and I bought a go-kart. And then the truck got done, and I'm trying to get rid of the go-kart.
Go-kart is for sale, hit him up.
But even before I even drifted, being able to ride with people, watch and learn. When I drive my favorite mountain road, it is a very Japan mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be great. And there's corners I look at and I'm like, in my mind, I'm if my car was rear wheel drive, it's front wheel drive. I could be like, in my mind I'm like, doing what I think would be right. Of course, I'm not gonna try it. That'd be
How good is your parking brake? Just give it a one time.
I mean, it works in the rain and whatnot. I mean, on gravel it works
Hey,
fine.
look. I mean, if you're gonna do it, send it.
Yeah, this is true. But I mean, as far even without driving, I tried to look at lines. I tried to think about things before I ever drove and all that. But when I drive, man, there's certain roads where I look at, I was like, wow, this would be so much fun. This corner into that corner, wow, that would be freaking awesome. It'd be tight, it'd be close, but it'd be awesome. I mean, there's corners I look at that all the freaking time.
Oh, dude, you can ask Trevor. We go down these roads, and I've got a GPS pulled up, and I'm be like, dude, if that curve is what it looks like on here, it would be fucking nasty. And
We say it
there's
all
one
the
in
time.
where was that? Winchester, Stephen City. We went to a job. It's down this back road, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, if this road looks identical to this sketch on this fucking phone, it would be wicked. And it literally comes like this. There's a slight left, a hard right to this downhill, long fucking left to this. You would mungie across this little one-lane bridge to a hard right back up the hill or a hard left up the hill. Another little manji to a long left up the hill. Dude, it's like a perfect little valley drive.
Nice.
And then it straightens out.
Yep, straightens out to some humps. Yep, dude, it was the whole time I was like, I need my car. Because that manji across that one lane bridge, that's what it's about for me. The crazy, how far can you push it? How good is it gonna look? I mean, that's how I fucked up the front end of my car, is because I seen a gap. I hit it third gear, wide open, and first time was not quite where I needed to be, so I had to lock everything up. Second time, full send. Did you see that video clip? Make sure I show you that. That was on it.
I didn't see it.
That's
I don't think I've ever seen the front bumper of your car. I think it's always had a dashboard, hasn't it?
It's always had a bash bar. The original
Did it
bash.
ever have? Did it ever have?
No, but I bought one for it. I just don't put it on there because I think it's ugly. It's the stock Mustang bumper, and I think it's the ugliest thing in the world. Because I'm so used to seeing my car with a red bash bar. The original bash bar is hanging on the wall at the shop, and it is perfectly shaped to here, or it's this side. So coming from the driver's side, it comes over to like right past the center of the hood, and it goes in. Because I hit the corner of a K-rail, and it stopped
Just
like
in front of
this
the
far
radiator.
from hitting the AC condenser.
Yeah.
But it pushed. That's why my hood has got the little wrinkle in it.
Oh.
And then I was being a smart ass, was trying to fix it before my wife seen it. I jumped up and sat down on the hood. But when I did, it sent the fucking strut bolts through the hood. So there's two little fucking silver look circles in my hood.
And they were messing with the hood one day.
Yeah, I was trying to bend it back
and
out.
Trying to bend it out, and it just left a hole.
Yeah, I will say aluminum hoods don't bend very well with pipe wrenches. I was bending, it was good, but the sharpness of the pipe wrench, it just fucking put a nice little like triangle
Like
shape.
a soup can.
Exactly. I mean, I'll show you next event. Remind me, I'll show you my whole. It's a little like perfect square, like half of a rectangle, where the teeth of it went through.
I remember the first time he took me for a ride in his car. I came, it was like 11.
Look, he's gonna get rid of it. He's gonna tell on me.
No, I'm not gonna
Nah.
tell him.
He showed up here. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the evening. He had just got back up here. I hit the little back road here, and I go down. I don't drift because there's too many houses, and I'm not trying to.
Yeah.
It's too close to home.
He says to me first, "You want to go take a ride in a real horsepower car?"
Yeah, 'cause he comes on this little blue shitty Mustang.
The one that the TC's gonna destroy.
Yeah, that one. So just keep that in mind. But we get out through here, and I take out, and I stay in second gear. It is 6 speed. That's the best part about it. It's 6 speed. So I'm staying in second, and I go get up to where we're going. I go up to third, and as soon as we hit the straight, I fucking drop to second and mash it. Grab third. We were doing like 95 within less than an eighth mile. I went from 25 to 95 like nothing.
Oh my.
And this thing is not set up for high speed, straight shit.
And it grabbed and it went.
And now that I've put the cut knuckles on it, I need to adjust some toe or whatever, because you hold it and like to stay straight, you hear the tire go skid, 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 skid across the fucking asphalt. That's why, like, if I run a lot, you'll realize like I always wear a hole in one tire on the inside and the front.
So, what you should do is you should go fix that before the 30th, and you should also take a look at your rear end. Make sure
Or I could do what I always do: send it to a fly spot, fix it, and do it again.
you just miss out a whole day of driving. Wouldn't know what that's like.
No, he'll take my car.
You don't understand who you're talking to. My
Captain
no,
Send it.
no, listen, my second ever drift event in my 99 Mustang, I blew the rear end to pieces and changed it at the track and ended the night out driving. Literally.
Since he's hosting events, if his car does break, he will get in mine and drive.
Someone's got to.
I'll drive it.
Through the fence.
Hey, it's been a couple weeks since I've did that.
All right, I think we're good. Knocked out like a solid hour of recorded shit.
That was the most abrupt ending I've ever.
Well, I'm talking. It's not really, it's not like fuck you, we're out kind of thing.
Just mid
Make
conversation.
sure you edit
the
that.
end.
Just make sure you edit that out.
Yeah,
That whole piece.
Yeah, we'll do another static thing. Be like, but yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to the 30th. Whatever the next bit of plans are, dude, I'm excited, man. It's like we talked about Tuesday, man. Being able to start figuring out how to, get consistent content, stuff like that.
We'll get that.
Hopefully your car doesn't break and get to run in the 7 line this time.
I don't have a car.
Or a truck. Your vehicle.
My automobile.
Look, we're gonna be more consistent. We're gonna be more,
Active for sure.
definitely more active.
So, and I'm not trying to go on like a tangent or anything, but I was actually very curious because I was talking to one of my friends, and we were talking about content and all that. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see.
You know we're still recording, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. So this is February 28th. Okay, so February 28th, I have a video. March 16th, if I'm not mistaken, I've done this tour every month. March 29th, that's 2 in March. Then May, so we skipped April. And then May again. May 20th. Wow, that was a couple days after Hyperfest. That's the most earliest edit I've ever put out. And then, another one. I try to space my content out so that way, June, May, June, June again. I think there's a July one. Yeah, quick July one. August, and then pretty much after August,
You started kind of picking up the pace.
September. September was really crunch time on getting it done. So, and between work and all that, I didn't get much time to go down. But when I came into this year, I was like, I'm gonna be more consistent with my content. I'm gonna try to be as consistent as I can be, and I was like, I'm gonna try to hit 100 subs, and I think I did pretty good. I doubled up some months, but that covers it for the month I did not get to upload. So I think I set a goal, and I accomplished it. And I think going into 2024, we're gonna have some good goals to accomplish, and we're just gonna keep hitting them.
With 24, we're going to be able to go in. Content's going to grow. We're going to put the garage here, so everyone's going to have access to a shop. Like, it's Misfit Motorsports. We're going to fucking make it what it can be, and we're going to make the name be true. That it's going to be. You're going to see some rowdy shit. I've even started talking about trying to find all-wheel drive BMW or something to try to dabble in some rally style shit.
Well,
dude, I don't do heights. I like heights to an extent. So I guess it's the fear of falling that bothers me. But as far as doing dumb shit in vehicles or something with a motor, I'm down. I was hit by a car when I was 15 years old. That is like the only thing I am not afraid of is a car. Like legit, I don't give a shit. I'm here, dude. I got hit by a car. The lady was going 60 miles an hour and T-boned me on a moped.
Oh,
I was 15.
I thought he was like walking down the road and just got absolutely. Basically, yeah.
I had just pulled out from a stop sign and she come around a blind curve at 60.
God.
Just fucking bloop.
What was the speed limit on that road?
45. Like she was getting it. She's and I ain't trying. Well, it is what it is now. She said she looked down, said 50 miles an hour. She looked up, and I was looking at her through the windshield. I do not remember none of it at all whatsoever. I knew. Look, I can tell you, and I know it's way out there, but I remember where I was coming from, where I was going, and what I was going to do. Then I woke up in the hospital 4 days later.
Good God.
3 days later. Let's see, no, 4. It happened on Saturday, woke me on Tuesday, so 4 days later.
That's insane. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm here.
I'm trying to have like this genuine moment. He's like, oh, you sure? Because I'm not.
No, hey, dude, I've lived a damn good life. I've done a lot of dumb shit.
We still go.
And I'm still here. So, I mean, how many people get hit by a car, go through that kind of shit? I've climbed in a fucking cage and fought. I have tormented my body on four-wheelers and dirt bikes. I played football. Like, I didn't play high school football. I want to play football where when I hit you, you know I hit you. There's no pads.
Yeah, that's the end of your career.
That's it, dude. Hey, I used
flag football. No,
I used to look
football.
like I used to be your size. I used to be a little person, little word person. I'm a big guy, and I used to play football with guys that's bigger than I am now, and they didn't want me to hit them because I was so small that when I hit them it hurt. Because we played back in the day, and I know I'm probably gonna be censored for saying this. We played smear to queer. Like you get out there. You had that ball, your ass was grass. And we went at it, dude. It was rough. And I had my ankle broke playing football. I don't know if it was fractured. It wasn't exactly broke, but it was still rough.
I'm fortunate enough to have never broken a bone.
You want to start?
No thanks. No thanks. Could you imagine you just break my leg and then I can't drive the 30th? What do I
Break
do
his
now?
fingers.
That's even worse.
Gum tape deathmatch from Initial D. Just tape one hand anywhere on, like, dude. So we're supposed to be ending this thing, but here we are in another conversation. Like, the tangents are great, but I actually sat down and genuinely thought about the gum tape deathmatch because I was trying to drive the mountain with like one hand. I wasn't trying to like race it, but I was like, man, like how in the world? Why would you do this? I was like, man, I went back to normal. I was like, this is dumb. I really thought about like that's where flicking comes in, man. If you got one hand, you got to figure out, and then so that way this is your turning radius. This is more angle, less angle, more angle, depending on which way you're going, right? And I seriously, I thought about it. You got the, you can handbrake it a little bit, but I was like, you're not gonna drive a road not sideways. Because if you don't flick it and get sideways, dude, you're gonna be like down here. Takumi had to learn that because I remember at one point he literally grabbed his own hand and forced it way farther than it should have gone. And then as he's going, he realizes, and he's sideways. And I don't know why I thought this is one of them on the way to work things.
On the way to work, yeah, that's what we do.
I was like, wow, this is really hard to do. And I was like, I guess this, you just flick it, and then your steering, because technically your steering radius becomes like this.
Yeah.
Instead of being all of it, you just have this, less angle, more angle, less angle. But little 1 a.m. thought for you.
There you go.
Something to think about.
I say I'm in bed at that time.
Yeah, we were talking one day, and he's like, yeah, I get random texts from you. Like, he's like, I'll text you like 9, 10 at night, and he's like, I wake up in the morning, I got a response at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, that's prime time for me, baby. I'm up and going then.
That's like Brandon. He's like, yeah, he'll send me a message. We have a conversation at like 8 o'clock when he goes to work. And then I might get him, he might say something to response at maybe 10. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, he's trying to have a full-blown conversation. Like, dude, I got like an hour and I'm getting up for work. I'm not awake yet. This is not happening. You just gotta let that go.
One of my favorite ways to if I want to genuinely talk to someone, I just call them. Like, I hate trying to.
That is a very missed, like, way of communication. I hate texting people. I can't spell the greatest, so it's irritating. And if I'm mad, dude, I'm not texting you shit because I'm gonna start fucking up spelling and I'm gonna get even madder. It just don't work.
It's just like the thing is though, when I'm at work, sometimes I don't have anyone to talk to. I mean, I listen to my podcast and music.
You can call me.
I was about to get to that point. It's like at some point it's gonna be like 7:30. You're just gonna get a call from me and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Dude, then it's earbud in and driving down the road. That's usually what's going on at 7:30.
Yeah, because I mean,
where's in the machine?
I mean, normally about that time I've seen something in my, driving from store to store. I'll just like scroll something, just look at something, and I'll just be like, oh, this is cool. I was like, I don't have anyone to tell about this.
So you need to see, everybody knows he drives and plays on his phone.
I don't play on my phone. I sit there and scroll Marketplace.
There's a difference. There's a complete difference. Swear to God.
Yeah, one of them is essential, and that would be Marketplace. The other's just driving.
Tomorrow.
Anyway,
Car crash.
Look, I'm glad that y'all, if you watch this, hung around this long with us. It's been very educational and
it's been
very broad.
It's been a great time.
It's been fun. Man. Like, this has been cool.
Very entertaining.
We're gonna do more. It's definitely the episode 1 introduction kind of thing. You're gonna see more on the Misfit page from the G37 build, more of my driving. You'll meet Brandon in the next episode, so you'll see his driving. We'll definitely make sure college driving gets in there. I'm gonna personally try to make sure he goes to any track we go to, whether it's just to help with video or just to go see what it's like to go somewhere that's not home.
Yeah.
Me learning how to drive.
Dude, you're gonna see, you're definitely gonna see Trevor try to avoid fence posts. Now he's really come a long way into events, so I will say that.
Yeah, we've got him away from fence posts. So
you didn't. He did.
Well, it's collective effort.
I didn't
You
know
came
this.
out on the. Yeah, he showed up on a private day, and well, actually, he showed up on my private day.
Yeah,
which,
trying to learn.
That was cross scheduled and whatnot, but it was still cool to meet you.
It wasn't a cross schedule. It was like he must have forgot you was there. I called him, said, "Can I go?" He said, "Yeah."
Yeah, well, it's all good
It was
because
a day after my
here we
birthday,
are
was
now.
But it worked out great because all you needed was the inside. I did the outside.
Yeah.
Teach me.
But
I
I mean, it's we're gonna you're gonna see a lot of shit. Good, bad, better, worse. All's gonna happen.
All 4 of us running in a line.
Yeah.
You wanna? All right, look. This is just off the top of my head because that's what we're doing. Look, let's set our first goal for this, dude. 25 likes, we get $300 Civics, and we just drift. We just drift your.
So actually, I'm working on a plan with Keller. Keller's got 10 acres of land. That's a big open field for some of it. And hear me out. I'm working on a plan that I don't have nothing really personal against Honda Civics.
I'll drift the team.
I'm just sick of hearing people talk about them and everybody thinking they're the baddest thing around. Yes, you properly can build a Honda Civic and do crazy things, but for the area we live in, that's all they believe in.
EK hatch, baby.
So I'm gonna buy one for a little bit of nothing that halfway runs, and I'm gonna fucking demolish it. And I'm hoping that the goal of it is to roll it. Just saying. But I will destroy it. I'm gonna run it into whatever I can, hit it with whatever I can. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to destroy this car.
Inside of it.
But look, when you think of this Honda Civic, I want, like, when you watch this video or you hear the concept of what I'm trying to do, I want you to picture in your mind something you've seen on some whistling diesel shit.
Oh, dude, it's still full, and you done crushed it.
Because I have access to equipment. I have, like, we can have fun
We're gonna
with
pick it up
this
with this mini and throw it.
Oh, he just splooged
Spill
on
my
you.
fucking drink all over
You
me,
gotta ask
man.
Larry for the big backhoe.
Look,
Or
I think it would be cool as shit to field drift some Civics. So that way, one, we can start getting, we can run some doors in the field, not have to worry about destroying our actual.
Well, how
bit.
about this? I'll put it out there and we'll talk to Brandon. We'll set a $1,000 limit. Okay, the 4 of us have to you can only spend $1,000. That's between buying the car and modifying it. And once it's done, I will pay for us to have a 10-lap race, no holds barred, around the track. Rubbing is racing, baby. No, but it'll be like
You can't
we'll
hit
let
somebody towards the wall.
You can rub them. No like blunt hit to the
You
side.
ain't
Don't spin them out.
No Dale Senior. No.
Yeah, just if you on their bumper and you're pushing them, cool.
Bump and run, baby.
If you're at least 3/4 car together, that's fine. Like, nothing is gonna cause somebody to hit the wall.
They don't have to all be the same car, but should they all be stick shift or all automatic?
I don't give a fuck what you get. $1,000, gotta be a Honda Civic, gotta be 2-door. That's all.
Let's do it. Let's fucking run it. All right.
Actually, we'll do 4-door. There, you can find them cheaper in there. They're more.
That's true.
People don't want to go to the 2-doors for some reason. They think they're gold. But anyway,
Oh,
thank y'all, and until next time.
We'll see y'all in the next name of the show.
Next episode.
Next episode, like.
It's the next episode. Nah, in the next episode of Drift Bus. I don't remember what we called it.
The Battle Bus.
Bus.
Something.
Oh yeah, Battle Bus
Discussions.
I don't know. We're working on that. It's a
Bear
work,
with us.
it's a work in progress. We'll have it right for the next one.
So.
Appreciate it. Peace out. Thank you again.